Okay, lots of people have asked me to cook this recipe. This is whipped cod's roe with radishes. If you came to Trinity in the last kind of decade, pretty big chance you've eaten this. I've served it upstairs for years. We served it at Bistro Union. We serve it at Brown's, in Charlie's there. We're going to serve it in Constance as well. So this is how I make it. Happy to share. Knock yourselves out. Radishes are famously brilliant with anchovies and smoked fish and smoked mackerel and things like that. So actually it sits really well with smoked cod's roe. Smoked cod's roe is a very easy product to get a hold of. This is from my friends at Moxon's, Wimbledon Smokehouse. They make this here in Clapham and all the other shops. So we use that. This recipe that you see in the copy below is exactly what we do at Trinity, and this is how we make it. You need a flask blender. Doesn't have to be one of these beautiful flash thermo things. Mine's broken, but you can still use it. But you need a nice flask blender with a really powerful blade, and you can just work that up and get it made. All we're going to do is tear that up and pop it in the blender. We are essentially making an emulsion here, almost a mayonnaise. It was like taking Taramasalata, the principle of it, of soaking that bread in milk and putting that in. I don't like the texture of that. I wanted to make something that was smoother, more like an emulsion based, and that's why I do it like this. Here's the water end of it, that goes in the beginning. And here is the egg yolk part. So that's why it's an emulsion. That goes in the beginning. So the first thing we're going to do is get that spinning really well and get a bit of movement on there. Why they make these bloody machines so complicated, I don't understand. Right, okay, so now that's at a point where all that cod's roe's broken down. It's got the water and the yolk in there now. We're going to go in with the salt. That's all weighed and measured over many, many years, so you can be very confident that's the right amount of salt. In it goes. Then goes something very weird, which is tomato ketchup. Good old tomato ketchup, my daughter's favourite. There we go. Oh. Cornstarch and sugar. In it goes. But it does provide a purpose. In goes lemon. Lots of lovely fresh lemon juice in there. That's a bin, not the floor. I'm not a pig. In here goes fresh chilli. I've taken all the seeds out and the stem out and everything else. There's nothing in that, it's just a simple red chilli. That goes in, and we're going to get that blended to really nice and smooth. Okay, like I said, this is an emulsion, not just a simple blend. So this is straight oil that goes in here now. Pop that oil in, and it goes in like a mayonnaise, so really slowly. So I just use the lid of this blender, but if you're using a normal blender, just add it in really slowly. You're trying to create that perfect emulsion in there as well. And the whipping, I guess, that comes from in here. So this is like, it's fishy and it's strong of smoked cod roe, but it's not overpowering. It's not like super strong that you can't eat anything else. It's got a really lovely texture. And we use it sometimes on the plate with different fish dishes and vegetable dishes. It's nice, I like it. Big fan. Lovely to have at home in the fridge. I reckon this is the perfect mid-afternoon snack with some breadsticks or warm pita bread or something. You going to open? Thank you. Okay, there we go. So that's our whipped cod's roe. I am going to put that through a sieve. I think it's better if you do this. You don't have to do this, but it has a lot of bits in it, a lot of fibrousness from the cod's roe. I just put it through a sieve very quickly. I just think it's nice. You can use a chinois or a tammy like this, or not at all. None of it's going to hurt you, but I just think it's nicer, especially if we're serving it in the restaurant. It's nice to put it through a sieve like this. Get it out. And like I said, this is more like an emulsion than it is a sort of a Taramasalata. They're different things. But I love this. Absolutely love it. Out that comes. Oh, that's nice. Right, now what's happened here is also, because that machine's been blending for quite some time, it's caused quite a lot of friction. So this mix has started to sort of warm up a little bit. So I'm going to pop it over ice just to get it cold again, so it stays nice and safe and doesn't lose any of its freshness and flavour. So I'm just going to pass that through there, very simply, like that. Lose that. There. Lose that. Lose that. And bring this bowl over ice here. In it goes, nice and beautiful. Right, let's get that cold and then we can plate it up with the radishes. Okay, so here's that lovely whipped cod's roe. Sits in a bowl really nicely. This will last in the fridge for a couple of weeks. Perfect snack, absolutely fantastic. But the way I like to eat this is as follows, with some fantastic breakfast radishes. They can just be popped in the bowl. These have been washed really well. They can get popped in the bowl like that. What a treat. They just look absolutely fantastic. Needs a little bit of good olive oil. A little fleck of salt on those radishes. And you are off to the races, I think. So there you go. That is my whipped cod's roe with breakfast radishes. Absolutely fantastic. If you ate in Trinity in the last 10 years, I reckon you've probably seen these. All you need to do is dip that radish in. Nice, that holds really nicely, look at that. Perfect. What you need to do is eat these leaves. Very important. They're delicious.